Greetings to all of humanity. It's really a joy, it's my pleasure, it's all my honor to be greeting you and bring this message of emancipation to you, whereby I'm pointing to look inwardly to discover that your real identity is your divinity. And that is why I want to speak to you on the subject of ending mental slavery now. And this was the real symbology that was taught to Neville Goddard by his mentor Abdulah, the black mystic from Ethiopia. And when I speak about mental slavery, I am speaking to all of humanity. Now, we have been taught to believe in inferiority and superiority. But when you look more closely, we see that we all have been lied to. And so if you're listening to me and you happen to be a white man or a white woman, I'm saying to you that you have been lied to. And if you are a black person also, I'm saying to you that you've been lied to. And so we want to look at the lies that were told to everyone. Now, based on my experience of growing up, we were taught in school to believe that we were uncivilized people and we were a people who were illiterate and that we were taken from Africa as slaves, and because of that we had the opportunity to be educated and so on. And that's a lie. Because even today, our artifacts have been stolen and still right there in the museums in Europe and other places. And many of the countries that refer to themselves as first world countries and try to call the other countries that they would have colonialized and enslaved the people, have them cutting sugar cane and picking cotton and strengthen themselves. All of that was done to build an empire that gave certain people privilege. And so many people cannot deal with the truth. But every time you listen to a lecture of Neville Goddard, that lecture is saying to you that those who painted an image of a white Jesus, that they are all liars, thieves, and robbers. And those who try to tell you that Africa is a land of poverty, they lie to you also. And those who try to make you believe that Egypt and all the other places in the Bible, that they're somewhere in the Middle East, they lie to you. So we all have been lied to. And so we all need to free our minds from mental slavery. So we see that there's a people who believe that they're superior. And so they build a certain police force, they build a certain army, and they use all of this kind of strategy to oppress a people. Now, for example, we know about the exonerated 5, okay, and what took place in Central Park, and there are many cases like that. We see where white people call upon black people just because they are in a certain neighborhood, even they are outside doing a little barbecue, whatever. Even a little girl selling water and all of these things, because of their insecurity, because of the fear, because of their pride, because that's their weakness. Their weakness is their pride. And we see they've been praying, and black people's weakness also, which is entertainment. Okay? And so all of the symbology is right there in the teaching of Neville Goddard and Abdulah. And when I was inspired to write the book, The Black Mystic from Ethiopia, Neville Goddard Mentor, and I wrote it a certain kind of way, displaying all the ills that were done through slavery and how Abdulah was showing all of that. Symbolically, many people got hurt. And the reason why they got hurt is because of their mental slavery, what they were taught by their parents when they were young. Yet, these are the same people who want to turn around and say to us that we are all one, and we should all be one, and we should forget what was done. No, we cannot forget what was done until you accept the truth. And for you to accept the truth, it would mean that you would have to accept that you've been living your life a lie and a certain privilege, and that civilization begins in Africa, and everything that was taught to you, you have to turn it around. And everything that was taught to us also, we would have to turn it around. Okay, because you see, to be honest with you, a people who is superior to another people do not need to lie to exist in their superiority. They do not need to steal. They do not need to kill. They do not need to rape. They do not need none of these things. Okay, because it would naturally display itself. Okay, that is why we always display love. We always display forgiveness. We've always been a hospitable kind of people. A people who are willing to share. And who was willing to share our knowledge with the rest of the world. And they turned against us, burned our libraries, stole our books, stole our artifacts, stole everything away from us. And we see it had to come back to us. And that is why we see Abdulah was sent to Neville thousands of years ago. And it's about, say, 400 years ago. Our people been put in chains. But we see thousands of years ago, he said to Neville, who are philosophers, way back in China. So the world has been given all of their knowledge, their wisdom from out of Africa. All the way back to Ethiopia and Egypt and so on. So my brother and my sisters, when it comes to mental slavery, and let me say this, could you imagine a white woman text me, comment I should say, and the video telling me I must stop using that word mental slavery because it's negative. So I have to answer back and tell her that it sounds negative to her because she's negative. And, you know, I have to be honest. Many times when these people come on and comment without even seeing them, you know them, you can sense their energy already. Okay, because one of their pride. They've been lied to. They've been brainwashed by their own people. So until they could join with us to say, yes, they've been brainwashed by their own people, then they don't ready for unity. They don't ready for oneness. They do not ready to end their mental slavery. I'm not looking for more and more people who look like me to speak on the subject of mental slavery. No, I'm looking for them to speak about the mental slavery that they receive, the brainwash that they receive. We see President Kennedy speak out and said certain things, and he was killed, he was shot. We want to see more people like Kennedy coming out and speaking certain things. So this whole message about ending mental slavery, it's not just black people alone that have been put in mental slavery. This whole war put in mental slavery. So much people believe that they're better than others. They give the whole world the wrong picture about Africa. You travel any part of the world and people have the wrong concept of Africa. All they can show you about Africa is poverty. People being destitute, and they always like to use their media platform to talk about building school in Africa and clean water in Africa when they plundered Africa. That's why people like Wayne that talk about Neville Goddard, talking about wish fulfill and raise so much money for what's his name again? PBS. Yeah. Yet never talk about Abdulah. But I'm here to expose all the thieves and robbers so that we put an end to our mental slavery. I'm here to expose secular Christianity so we put an end to mental slavery. I'm here to destroy the white idol, the blonde hair, blue eye Jesus that they paint for people. So when Neville speak about if you believe that Jesus is a man, so you have the wrong God. Speak the truth and speak it ever. You see, many times I listen to a lot of white men and women who claiming that they're conscious and that they are spiritual. Like I post up something on my Instagram, a white woman. She's bold-faced enough to come and tell me why I don't enter about spirituality. What's the problem with these people? They need help, serious help, and I'm here to help you to wake up out of your stupor, okay? Because you've been lied to, you've been brainwashed, you've been deceived, and you can only feast on those who look like me, who brainwashed and deceived, who are willing to be your slave, who are willing to do anything because they're chasing after money, who are willing to kiss your ass because they're chasing after money. But I'm not chasing after that because I know my true worth. I know my true value. So when it comes to the topic of ending mental slavery, I'm here speaking to everyone. I'm not here to try for people to embrace me. I'm not here. You see, people want a world guru that could speak at their forums, who wouldn't touch certain things. And there are many of them around. They're talking about peace for humanity and Nobel Prize and all of these things, and all of these things are hidden under lies and disguise. So all of this kind of symbology that was done through the relationship between Neville Goddard and Abdulah, there's the only how we can say is for all of humanity. Because when I started to do my YouTube channel, I said greetings to our melanated people. People say no, they start saying no, it's for everybody. I know it was for everybody, but I was reaching out to our people being oppressed the most. Okay? And anyone with common sense will know that there's white privilege. Anyone with common sense, anyone who's true to themselves will know that. I'm not gonna come here and do a video speaking about Neville Goddard and tell you what, like as if to tell you that everything that Neville Goddard would have said it been carved out on a stone. When Neville Goddard family itself, when he chased back the family, they owned slave. And I have the proof of it. Where Richard Goddard was saying it to an interviewer in Barbados. And I found the column where he was saying it and so on, and I find the link. And I'm living right here. And my intuition lead me. I wasn't looking for something. It popped up on my Google feed, I think, of Richard Goddard, the death of Richard Goddard. Because the Goddards run businesses throughout the islands, even in as a matter of fact, in my country right there I'm living, the biggest business. Anyone who listen to me, and whether you live in America or whatever, okay, but you born grew up in this country, you would attest to the truth that the biggest business in St. Vincent and the Grenadines is the Couriers, and it started from Goddards and Sons. I did a vlog video, I think, yeah, and this channel, I did a video on this channel showing you some of the businesses, so I know what I'm talking about. So my brother, my sisters, we need to put an end to all mental slavery, okay? And when it comes to a black man speaking about spirituality and speaking about consciousness, they wouldn't want to give him a universal voice. They want to give people like Sadhguru and all of these people, they give everybody else a universal voice. They would do that. Because why? They want to keep our people oppressed and suppressed with their lies. But we need to stand for the truth. How long shall they kill our prophets? As we stand, just stand by and look. Many people like to quote Bob Marley, and they don't quote Marcus Garvey. When Marcus Garvey said about emancipate yourself from mental slavery way before Bob Marley. But I don't want to get into the topic of the mixed race, because I'm going to do another video on that. Speaking about the rise of the mulattoes. Okay, so I don't even want to go there. But my brother, my sisters, I'm saying to each and everyone who's listening to me right now, this whole message about Neville Goddard is not about any law to get material things. You see, all the devil can offer you is material things. This world, and the devil is your lower self. He say, all these things you see here, all these material things I give to you. If you bow down and worship me, if you kiss my ass, I give you a role in Hollywood. I would do this, I would do that. I would do that for you, I'll make you rich. It's just a different way. It's just a different way. So, my brother, my sisters, I can't help but speak the truth. I love all people. And that's why I have to speak the truth and see all people in mental slavery. Even if it's in a class system, you're still in mental slavery. You're in a religious system, you're in a mental slavery. You believe that you're superior and somebody inferior, you're still in mental slavery. You believe in religion, you believe in politics, you believe in higher education, you're still in mental slavery. So this message for everybody. Don't come and talk about oneness and don't want to deal with the truth. Don't come and tell me that we are one. I don't want to talk about the ills that was done to our people and it's still happening, systematic slavery. You want to come down in the Caribbean and build resorts and so on and keep the people still in slavery. Talking about ancestors. They're not ancestors. Talking about investors. They're slave masters. Governments lying to the people. I wrote a book called Bukumembe Resort and the Messenger, and that was my experience to be around white people, to see how white people think about black people and how they treat black people, and it moved upon me so much that I would have written a book on it. There's a white woman right in this country running a business who tried to use racial profiling to me at Bukumembe Resort, still here in this country. And you know what they normally like to do? They like to use the example of them being with a black man. Because they have a tool they could use. So you see, everything has been used as a weapon against the people who are blind and who are afraid. People who are controlled by fear. But I'm not controlled by fear. When you come on YouTube, they say, based on what you say certain topics, they demonetize it. But when you realize you have a power that controls all of nature, you have a power inside of you that controls all of nature. So you can affect the weather with your mind power. Atomic bomb is a joke. All of these nations that make you feel like they are world power is a joke. Because the true essence is within, you can't die. No atomic bomb can kill that. The creation can never be greater than the creator. So you see, we need to free our minds. We need to free our minds, all of us. So if you're white and you're privileged, you've been lied to, and you've been brainwashed. And stop trying to steal everybody's spirituality and think you're spiritual. Okay? So I have to do this video and I'll put it this way because you see, when I do what I've been sent to do, don't come speaking foolishness here with me. So with that being said, my brother, my sister, I think I'll come to a close here. I want to say to you, this is the very first time that you're listening to me. What I'm saying, it makes sense to you. It really resonating with you. Then it is for you, whether you're black or white. Okay, and I want to say, if you haven't subscribed already, to subscribe, to like, to comment, to share this video. Also, if you like to follow me on Instagram, you can follow me at Black Man Guru. And if you would like to check out my Inner Sun Science and Technology to create your reality consciously, it's on my Patreon. It's also the Inner Sun Engineering to create your reality consciously. And definitely, we are living in a time where they want to black out the sun. They want to dim the sun after they would have given a people a SON to believe in. And we know that without the sun, the SUN, there is no life and there is no light. And without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. Therefore, the sun parallels the human imagination and the human imagination parallels the sun. And you're told that the Lord thy God is a sun and a shield, and no good thing will he withhold from you. And common sense will teach you that the Son has never withhold any good thing from all of humanity, but the Son is what powers all of humanity and give all of humanity its energy. And then it says also in Malachi chapter 4 and verses 2 that the Son of righteousness, the S-U-N, okay, of righteousness shall arise in you, not outside of you, in you, with what? Healing in his wings. Therefore, true righteousness can only be discovered when you discover the light that is within you. Okay, that's why I always say to you that your real identity is your divinity. Okay, let me just come here to a close by saying also, if there's any way you would like to, any other way that you would like to support this work, we have a PayPal link down below. Feel free to check out the link. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.